Very appropriate. Someone's knocking at the door. I bet you sing along. I wonder how behind you'll be.
That could sound awful.
Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing a bell. Do me a favor. Open the door and let me in. See, yeah, you're a bit behind. It's not you.
Trying not to scare all the viewers. Scare them away.
Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Open the door. Let me in. I love this song, and I only heard it. I'm so ignorant. I mean, I love the gaps that we all have in our musical memory, because I only heard it, I think, maybe 2 years ago. It was Neil Fairclough. You know him, Neil Fairclough?
Yeah, really. Of Queen's fame.
Queen, yeah, that's right, yeah. And it was his 50th birthday. And so obviously he was like, and he had lots of, you know, we just all had a big party and lots of music. And he was singing that with his brother and sister, 2 sisters. They're all musicians.
Wow.
The whole family. And they all sung that. It was lovely family harmony.
Paul McCartney song?
You what?
Is it a Paul McCartney song?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Richard, I think we're live.
Hello. I know this is part of the gig, isn't it?
So someone has commented, Neil's a beautiful human. Indeed, he is. Right. Now, I believe that via StreamYard, all our viewers can give permission to have their name shown. So I have to check on Facebook to find out who that wonderful Facebook user is. But if you are able to add your permission, then your names will be shown as well. And then it's great for Rich and I to see who you are. So welcome anyway to the at the moment. Richard's at home you're in Chorlton, is that right?
Chorlton. Yep.
Right, Sarah Jane is saying hi, Lord. Brilliant. So Sarah Jane can hear us and see us.
Sarah Jane.
Good.
I dreamt about you the other night, Sarah Jane. It was very weird. You kid came round to your house. I know Sarah Jane. So if it's this right Sarah Jane,
I think it is, but you keep dreaming.
Are you sure? Is it Sarah Jane you know?
It's a Sarah Jane I know. Yeah.
I dreamt about Sarah Jane. We went up in a hot air balloon from the top of our house. It was a good dream. But not this Sarah Jane, then I guess.
I was only thinking the other week, actually, you so very rarely see hot air balloons these days.
Hot air balloons? Do you not? No. I suppose you don't see them over the city much.
No, yeah. Bristol, kind of down south, they have hot air balloon festivals, don't they? Remember they used to have them on the racecourse in Northampton? In fact.
Did they? Would that be ideal? Yeah, well, we sent my grandfather off in one. Not the final, it wasn't his final, right? It was his 80th birthday. We sent him off in one, and that was in Sussex.
Did he live to 81? Did he come down again?
Yes, he did. Yes, he lived till 86 or 7 or something. But it was lovely, but it was rather weird as he sort of shouted, goodbye. And it was sort of symbolic in a way. But it was great. Yeah, no, he loved it. Good present. So he got to see, obviously, Sussex, where he grew up, from a hot air balloon. Would you go in one?
I'm not great with heights, I've got to be honest, but I do like, maybe the views would overcome that fear. So you never know. Anyway, Richard. So I just want to welcome everyone to the Tippler'S Lounge with our new format, StreamYard, where we can have a conversation. However, just to reassure everyone that I am going to disappear in a moment and leave you to take the stage. And I might pop up in a bit.
Pop up. It's much better.
Yeah, so not too often because I might get dive bombed by the seagulls here and there sometimes. So, can you hear them? Do you get that?
Yeah, very
yeah.
much.
Yeah, they're definitely there. It's definitely real. This is definitely very live.
We do get them occasionally in Manchester, don't we?
Yeah.
And the conditions are right. So just occasionally you get seagulls. But we do, I'm sure.
Yeah. I shall leave you to entertain now. So we did think it was going to be kind of jazz piano unlocked, really, you're being a rebel, you kind of variation on a theme maybe, inspired by the maestro behind.
Bach.
Yes.
I won't play any Bach. No, I won't do any.
Okay. No variations on the theme of jazz piano, maybe?
No. What, Jacques Lussier? No. What's that thing? Yeah. Is that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right. No worries. I'm going to leave you to it.
Are you going to leave me to it?
Yeah.
Okay. I like we should say this. I like just chatting. It makes me feel like I've never been interviewed. Actually, I have once.
Oh, did you see my interview last week? I did my very first interview with Belinda Scandal, the notorious drag queen from Canal Street. Yeah, that was an experience. It was very well.
Why were you interviewing?
I was talking about spirits. Talking about cocktails and all things like that.
What was this on then? Where can we see this?
A YouTube channel. Have a look on the page.
So this is your Tipple.
Yeah, Tipple and Co. Yeah. Right, I'm going now. Right, get on.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. I like it. It makes it. Yeah. Anyway, hello all. Oh, I like being interviewed, or I like chatting really. Okay, so there was a theme, but I don't think she put it up there. She said you've got to have a theme. I said I'll have a theme. So I thought, what have we learnt in lockdown? No, what have I learnt in lockdown? And that was my theme. But I'm actually going to immediately leave it and play some jazz, because I haven't really been playing a lot of jazz. I personally have been doing lots of writing. Thank goodness I have a little bit of employment writing music. So that saved me without any gigs. So I'll do some of the tunes. I have learned a few things in lockdown, but they're not really jazz. But I'll start off with the jazz just to sort of try and get my fingers going and all that. And so it's all gone very quiet now that Laura's gone. It was lovely to have a bit of company. I did one of these about a month and a half ago. Some people are old hands. I'm not an old hand at it anymore. It still feels very sort of suddenly silent. I'm in a silent gigging world. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with a couple of jazz things. I hope you like them. One is How About You? Is it Cole Porter? I Love New York in June. How About You? I normally start off, I don't do a lot of solo gigs. I do trio gigs if it's with my band, Errol Roberts and Ed Harrison. But I usually start off with this one. I thought, well, I'll start off with this one as well. Yeah, this can be my warm-up. And then I'll wait for the silence at the end, and then I'll do another one. Okay, let's have a think. If there's any requests, then please, I like that, jazz requests or whatever. I'll have a go if I know them. Let's have a think. I'll just start off, you know. bass solo. Oh, there's no bass. I think I'll stay in F, and I'll do a blues. I'll do a blues. This is there's no real blues. I'm not going to really play a tune, but it'll be yeah, that's right. It'll be my sort of anyway. It'd be there's a blues called Sandy's Blues, which is, I think, it's an Oscar Peterson improvisation, and I'm hearing that in my head, just the beginning of that. So I'll just play some blues. It's on a Fabulous album, not of mine, of his. It's got Noreen's Nocturne as well on it. What's the album called? Oh, that's right. It's an album series called Exclusively for My Friends. And if you like a bit of jazz piano and you like a bit of the happiest swing in the world, then I would have a listen to some of those Exclusively for My Friends. It was a lovely vibe. I can't remember the name of the producer, German guy, and he got Oscar to play in his living room, but it was sort of come studio and had about like 15 friends, so it was like jovial, jolly, but relaxed, and they had some fabulous albums that come out of it, and this is from number 3. There you go. But I'm just playing a blues, which will start off a bit like Sandy's Blues. I'm going off for one. I shall play not talk. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Before I do talk, I sort of another one to play about what have I learnt in lockdown. I'm going to play a ballad, and this is I love this ballad. I love the lyrics on this ballad. This is "You've Changed." Joni Mitchell does a version that he's absolutely killing on a killing album. Oh, what's it called? What's the one where she sings? Clouds right now. Oh, what's the album? Vince Mendoza. She takes you. Oh, it'll come to me what the album's called. It's one of the titles of the tunes. I think it might be that one. But she takes you through a relationship, concept album, through standards and a couple of her own tunes. And it's great orchestration, Vince Mendoza. And I love it. And she picks the songs because of the lyrics. It starts off all exciting relationship, and then it's, you know, like relationships sometimes do, it turns sour, and where you left at the end. And this one is obviously it's not going well. And the song is "You've Changed," and it's words like "You've changed. Your kisses are so blasé. You're bored with me in every way. It's breaking my heart. You've changed." What is it? I love the line, "You've changed. Your smile is just a careless yawn." What is it? You change. Yeah, anyway. But I love that your smile is just a careless yawn. You've forgotten the words "I love you." Anyway, jolly little number. But I shall do my little version of that. "You've changed." Okay, here we go. Okay, what have I learned? Oh, hello. You're right. What are you doing?
That's gorgeous. Lost in the moment with a glass of white.
Our wine, is it? Not gin. We're not on the gin.
Not tonight, no. I'm exploring some of the Cornish wine. If you can see that.
Are you? Is it good?
Oh, no, that way. Back to front, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous, yeah.
Is it? What's that? What valley?
Camel Valley.
Camel. Oh, yeah, I know, the Camel Estuary.
And you're going up there.
I cycled up there with the kids a couple of years ago. You know, you can take bikes.
Yeah.
And before they could cycle, so they were on the back and those things that you attach to it. And it was your typical British weather, very showery. And I was cycling along, and so they could see, obviously, it was open. We were cycling along, and I had all this shouting. And I turned back, and they were, because obviously through puddles, I was going through puddles merrily along my way, and they were absolutely covered in these tire tracks of mud like that, both of them. And it's just spinning all straight, as if going straight into them. Anyway, that was a fun cycle ride. They were absolutely drenched and bespattered.
Brilliant. I'm told that the wind here on the coast is interfering with the mic a little bit, so I shall.
But it's not bad. I can hear you all right.
Yeah, okay.
It gives it atmosphere.
Yeah, the seagulls aren't singing on key, I'm afraid. They're not singing on key.
Right. Okay, well, that's all right. Yeah. Anyway, what can I do for you, Laura?
Oh, I think we'd like to hear you sing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wish I could.
Variety.
Well, yes. Well, this is my way out. It's I wish I was a singer. You know, I think we all love the things that some things are. Like a singer, like a break your heart singer, and I've just not managed yet. It's funny because I thought, well, I can do it because I remember, right, Jeremy Sassoon, we were talking about him earlier, and I remember before he sang, and when he just started, I saw one of the first things he did. I met up with him because we're very glamorous and jet set in Sydney, and we went out for the night, and he got up and sung one, and I remember he was dreadful, and I thought, he's awful, but he's great now, isn't he?
I'm rubbish at interviewing, but you've just got to give it a go, haven't you?
You have, yeah. No, you're all right. Just let me talk. Off I go. Wind me up. And another one, Neil Yates. Do you know Neil? He's a trumpeter. He's
I've never met him, but I know of him.
Lives in North Wales, and he's fantastic. In fact, I would say he's one of the few innovative musicians I've ever met, because he managed to fuse. Not that he does it exclusively, because he's a great jazz trumpeter. He managed to fuse folk with the trumpet. And he's sort of like, he plays folk trumpet. It's a remarkable sound. Anyway, I did a gig with him, and I remember he started singing, and I thought, God, I hope he's not going to, make this a thing. And he's absolutely brilliant now. He's such a great singer. And it hasn't happened to me yet, but my way around
trumpet players, you see, we're multi-talented. It's like Georgina Bromlow.
What?
Georgina Bromlow, amazing singer as well.
Yeah, but she was always good.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't rubbish at the start like Jeremy and Neil. No, I don't know if they were. Jeremy was very drunk. We both were. But yeah, so I'm just taking it off one song. Just remember thinking, oh, bloody hell. But he's such a good singer. Anyway, what was I? Oh, yeah, so my way around it is I shall I do it?
Well, I'll tell you what, you can sing to your supper almost, because I'm just going to do this fancy thing.
Oh, go on, yeah.
You see the ticker tape across.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. So for £5, you can buy Richard a virtual drink. It's like just giving him a tip.
Thank you.
We are going to get some gin to you soon. Spirit of George, I think, would be very suited to you, Richard. A very enigmatic character. George.
This is your gin.
One of them. Yes, I think it'd be very suited to you.
Has it got a hue? An interesting hue. Colour?
No, it hasn't. It's clear gin, inspired by George Mallory, the intrepid mountaineer.
Yeah. Oh, very good. The one who didn't make it to the top.
Well, did he or didn't he?
Did he die on the way down? Didn't they find his body recently?
Absolutely, preserved perfectly.
Yeah.
And
was he looking down or was he looking up?
I don't know which way he was looking.
Well, but does that mean he was coming down? Was he sort of doing that down, or was he doing that up?
Well, the legend is that he always said he would leave a photograph of his wife at the top of the mountain if he got there. And when they found his body, it was all intact. His tweed with his name embroidered into the back of his jacket. All his equipment was there. The only thing that was missing was the photograph of his wife.
Really?
So the legend is that he did make it.
So that he has put it there,
Yeah.
but they haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, that.
So anyway, I'm going to let you carry on.
Yeah, I'd like to do something totally unrelated to that.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
so yeah, Laura said, what?
That's enigmatic.
Yeah. Now, Laura said when I sing, and I'd be delighted. Like I say, I wish I could. But my way around it is to sing character songs. I've been doing, this is what have we learned in lockdown. And I've been learning songs. I do, normally I do a couple of choirs with Claire Morell, who, if you're regular watchers, you'll have seen on. She did something with Martin Conn last week. And
with Andy. And with her daughter and her son as well.
And what? Oh, did they? I missed that bit. I only caught about 10 minutes or 5 minutes at the end. Anyway, I do these choirs with her. She's the the head of the choir, and I play piano. One's a dementia choir. And obviously, since lockdown, we've managed to keep the other choir going, either by clever means of jam kazam, or recently I've been going around to her garden and playing in the garden. She's been in the kitchen with Andrew, and we're all singing, and everyone does it on Zoom. But the dementia choir, obviously, much more difficult. A lot of care homes. It's, we can't really Zoom it. People wouldn't, it's technology, everything. It's far to go. So we've been doing these, and it's been brilliant fun. We've been doing every 2 weeks. We've been doing sing-along videos. We've been and I've been editing them together, which is another skill everyone's been learning since lockdown. We've all become film editors or video editors. So we've been doing these like half an hour sing-along things. So I've been learning these songs. And so I'm going to sing one or two. I don't know. Well, we'll see. One's not risque at all, and the other's slightly. Well, we'll do. Anyway, I'll play this one. I grew up with Flanders and Swan. I don't know. Have you heard of Flanders and Swan? Have you not?
I recognise it. I heard it.
Flanders and Swan. Yes, you would. Do you know the hippopotamus song? Mud, glorious.
Oh,
that's the Flanders and Swan. But they were very. They're satirical songwriting team. Flanders and Swan played the piano, and there's that big tradition of that sort of piano and a singer entertainment. Hinge and Bracket. You remember Hinge and Bracket? Yeah, well, they kind of took that thing. Or Tim Minchin. It's that Tim Minchin, being a piano player singing humorous or satirical songs. Kit and the Widow. Sorry?
Victoria.
Yeah. Of course, yeah, Victoria was brilliant, wasn't she? I should be talking about the duos more. Kit and the Widow. Do you remember them? They were, in the 90s, they were probably... Anyway, Flanders and Swan were absolutely fantastic. And there's another thing I know. When we talk about like our influences, and we always go, oh yeah, mine was Herbie Hancock and McCoy Tyner, and I love Bill Evans. But actually, Donald Swan, I grew up listening to my dad's two albums, A Drop of a Hat and A Drop of Another Hat. And Donald Swan is a wonderful piano player. And I love their songs. And this one you might know. Do you know the GNU? If I can remember it. You do know, you don't. Okay. You might know. Anyway, it's another of their classics. And it's charming, I hope. And it's the only way I can get away with singing, really. I hope I can remember it now. I've given it all this talk. Anyway, I'm going to do the GNU song by Flanders and Swan. Let me just get the beginning right. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Right. I need to stop. Oh, she's gone. Right, here we go. Flanders and Swan, the GNU song. A year ago, last Thursday, I was strolling in the zoo when I met a man who thought he knew the lot. He was laying down the law about the habits of baboons and the number of quills a porcupine has got. So I asked him, "What's that creature over there?" He answered, "It's a helk." And I would have gone on thinking that was true if the animal in question hadn't put that chap to shame and remarked, "I'm not an elk, I'm a GNU. I'm a GNU. I'm a GNU. The nicest of good nature in the zoo. I'm a GNU. How do you do? You really ought to know who's wahoo. I'm a GNU, spelled GNU. I'm not a camel or a kangaroo. So let me introduce, I'm neither man nor moose. Oh, GNU, 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 I'm GNU. I have taken furnished lodgings down at Rustington-on-Sea. Any idea what that is? Me neither. But the second night I stayed there, I was wakened from a dream, which I'll tell you all about some other time. There, among the hunting trophies on the wall above my head, stuffed and mounted was a face I thought I knew. A bison and a carpet. Could it be a hearty beast? Then I seemed to hear a voice. I'm a gnu. I'm a gnu. Like another gnu. I wish I could gnash my teeth at you. I'm a gnu. How do you do? You really ought to know who's who. I'm a gnu. Spelled GNU. Call me bison or a carpy and I'll sue. Nor am I in the least like that dreadful hearty beast. Oh, gnu, gnu, gnu. I'm a gnu. Gnu, gnu, gnu. I'm a gnu. Gnu, gnu, gnu. I'm a gnu. There you go. Do you think there's a market for that sort of stuff now? I don't know, but I love it. And I grew up with it. I love that stuff. There's another one they do. I can't remember the lyrics quite, but they conjure up. It's about when Beeching closed all the railways in the 60s, and it left communities stranded, and they just write this little song about all the old railways that have been axed and done away with. And I think maybe I Live in Chiltern Come Hardy because they mention that as one of the railway stations. But Donald Swan is, oh, the sound of the train, and then they sort of Armley Moor Aram, Malcop and Scholar Green, and it goes on like that. No more will I go to Blandford Forum and Naughty. And I can't remember it, so I'm not going to sing it all. I am going to sing this one because it's such a good song. When we were doing our videos, I put this up as one for them to sing along to or listen to in the care homes, and it was rejected because in the current climate of Black Lives Matter, it's not a wholly racist song, but it's got certain, I suppose, it's a language that some of the words are slightly patronizing. I'll tell you the song. It's Mad Dogs and Englishmen. But I mean, its target is the British Empire. It's a Noel Coward song, and it's absolutely brilliant. I'm going to have to move this. I found that last song, I don't know if you can tell, very awkward to sing because I was like twisting around like that to the camera. So I think this one, I'll try a bit more front on. Anyway, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. All I've done is I've changed a couple of the lyrics, which are probably, I mean, Noel Coward, if you ever see him interviewed, was patronizing to everyone. But he was a genius. And this basically has a go at the British Empire, how the arrogance of the British, how we just march in anywhere and try and treat it as if, it's just like being at home. And the lyrics, I've got a couple of little cues just in case, because it goes like the clappers when I do it, probably because I get so nervous. But yeah, it's just brilliant lyrics, and it's a joy. And its target as satire is the British Empire. So I think it's okay. If I'm proved wrong, I shall remove it and not do it again. But this is the song. You ready? Okay, here we go. Mad Dogs and Englishmen. I forgot how it goes at the beginning. Oh yes, here we go. Ready? In tropical climes, there are certain times of day when all citizens retire to tear their clothes off and perspire. You know, it's one of those rules that the greatest fools obey, because the sun is much too sultry, and one must avoid its ultraviolet rays. The locals grieve when the white men leave their huts, because they're absolutely, definitely nuts. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. The Japanese don't care to, the Chinese wouldn't dare to. Hindus and Argentines sleep firmly from 12 till 1, but Englishmen detest our siesta. In the Philippines, they have lovely screens to protect you from the glare. In the Malay states, they wear hats like plates, and the Britishers won't wear. What is it, the next bit? At 12 noon, the locals swoon, and no further work is done. But mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. Here we go. It's such a surprise for the Eastern eyes to see that though the English are effete, they're quite impervious to heat. When the white man rides, all the locals hide with glee, because the simple creatures hope he will impale his solar topee on a tree. It seems such a shame when the English claim the earth, that they give rise to such hilarity and mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. What's the next bit? Oh yeah, the toughest Burmese bandit could never understand it. What was it? In Rangoon, the natives. No, it isn't. Oh, I can't remember it. Doug Fergus one. They put their Scotch all right down and lie down in the jungle town with the sunbeams down to the rage of man and beast. The English garb merely gets a bit more creased. What's the next bit? What's it then? For the work is done, but mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. The smallest Malay rabbit deplores this foolish habit. In Hong Kong, they strike a gong and fire off a noonday gun to reprimand each inmate who's in late. In the mangrove swamp where the python roams, there is peace from 12 till 2. Even caraboos lie around and snooze. There's nothing else to do. In Bengal, to move at all is seldom, if ever, done. But mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday, 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 out in the midday. There you go, mad dogs and Englishmen. I am sorry about the lyrics, I forgot, but I do think it's a brilliant song. The lyric, genius writer. He was a genius writer, and that's that one. So that's one thing I've learned. Right, I'm going to take more risks. I'm going to tell you more things I've learned. I haven't been playing a lot of piano because I think I mentioned earlier I do quite a bit of composing, and some of that gets paid for, and a lot of it doesn't. But so that's kept me very busy and arranging as well. I'm helping somebody arrange a musical. Anyway, it's all speculative, but you never know. But the other thing I have been doing, because one of the lovely things I think about lockdown for us, we live on an avenue, dead end, is we finally got to know our neighbours. It only took 14 years and a global pandemic, but finally, and it's lovely. And we've been having, in the front of your house discos and things, and I took the accordion out. Do you remember when it was VE Day and the kids got bunting out and I played We'll Meet Again on the accordion, and it was really hot, if you remember, all that time. So I started playing the accordion, try and get that together. I thought, well, maybe that's the solution with no gigs, start playing accordion. So I'm going to have a go at playing one or two of accordion tunes. I'm going to have to move that I've been learning, you lucky people. You're going to hear some accordion. Now, how can I get enough of this on? Welcome to another part of my room. There's the top of my studio there. And so I've been having a go at a bit of accordion. So you're going to have to either turn off or listen to it. Now these pieces I've been learning, I got rather obsessed with this album by Hermeto Pascoal. And Hermeto Pascoal is, if you don't know him, you've got to check him out because he's another genius, Brazilian musician, played with everyone, played with Miles Davis and whatnot, but I mean, it's his own music. It's magical. It's bizarre. Some of it, he uses the sounds. He can play anything and on any instrument. In fact, I saw a video where he picks up a small pig, and he sort of grunts, but somehow he makes it musical. Don't be alarmed. There's no squealing. Anyway, this is an album. He came from northeast Brazil. And he did it very recently. He's in his 80s now. And tiny little man with a huge beard and white hair like that. And this is, he did an album going back to his roots, which is dance music from northeast Brazil. It's called the Forró. So I tried to learn a couple of Forrós. They might be quite short. So the Forró music. Do you want to learn a bit about Forró? Well, I was looking at the rhythms. The essential rhythm of Forró is quite similar to the Bayon. Bayon is quite well known, which is like what is it? It's like short, long, short, long. Forró seems to be the other way around. Long, short, long, short, long, short, and they're also triangle. I think it's Zimbabwe plays like doom, doom. And then ticka 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 ticka. But obviously that's just the start of things. I mean, I know so little about it. It just seems a starting point. So I'm going to attempt it. So this is a piece called Forró no Toca. I don't know what it means. Don't touch the Forró. What's toca? Sounds like touch. Here we go. Anyway, let's see. That's the wrong sound. Okay. Ow! That's the other thing. Oh no, it's growing a beard. I'm going to get rid of it. You know, beard should be an accordion thing. Accordionist's beard, but it doesn't work. So I find when I'm playing, I lean down, concentrate. If I come up, I pull a hair on the bellows or something. It catches it. I find it very painful. Here we go. Right. Okay. I'll get the rhythm. No, wrong one. I think more practice is needed on that. Oh, I did do another one. But I'm not going to do it now because actually, bloody hell, time's pressing on. That is supposed to be a furrow. The other one I learned, I'm not going to do. Anyway, I'm available for gigs, but I clearly need more practice. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the piano, I think. Let's do the piano. Okay. I'll do, what shall I do? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do my favorite. While we're in Brazil. Let's go back to Rio. Let's play, further away, Jobim, my favorite Jobim tune. You know Jobim. Eov. You know that one. Which is also a great tune. And I believe it's the 5th most played tune in the world. Although I think it was 20 years ago when I watched the program on the 5th most played tune, or the most played tunes in the world. Happy birthday, top. Anyway, this is, oh God, it's knackering when you're rubbish at the accordion. This is a piece, my favorite. I mean, I love Jobim. He's like the Burt Bacharach of Brazil for me, you know, interesting, slightly quirky, but yet they sound so sort of natural composers. And this is Samba Davao, plain samba. And yeah, that's it. I have been to Rio, lucky me, and I recommend you go up. I said Sugarloaf, or it's either the one with all the cable cars, and you get to the top. I'm not moved by views. It's not something that makes me weep normally, but it's the first time I've ever been so moved by just a view. You can see Copacabana, Ipanema, all the beaches, and you can see the favela, which is the slum area rising up there, that enormous Jesus. And also what was fantastic on top of it, as we were looking out over the bay, aeroplanes come in around the bay and they actually come below you, and you're looking down at the airplanes as they go towards the airport. And that was an extraordinary thing. And I wonder if he wrote this, maybe not, but this is plain samba. Okay, let's have a go. Yeah, so. at the end of that, you can sing Rio de Janeiro, if you want. That's what Eliane Elias does. And another album recommendation, Elias, it's either sings or plays Jobim. She's fantastic. Yeah, Eliane Elias. I remember seeing her at Band on the Wall, if you know Band on the Wall, and it was mega. And she didn't have any shoes on. I thought that was really cool. And she's an amazing piano player and a gorgeous singer with the Brazilian stuff. And yeah, so I sort of half took that from her and half from the original. What shall I do now? I don't know really. What shall I play? Oh, hello.
Hello. I kind of had a Mancini vibe to it, kind of the bossa nova and the.
It's a bossa nova, yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminded me of Mancini and the album for Breakfast at Tiffany's.
For what? Breakfast at Tiffany's, okay.
Kind of Latin vibe to it.
I wonder if Mancini ever did any arrangements for Jobim. I know Ogerman did, Klaus Ogerman. But I know what you mean. When you those sort of, because a lot of the Jobim stuff, when it's been orchestrated, a lot of high strings. One of those sounds that they often do, which I love, is when you whistle. I think that's a very Brazilian sound. I love that one. Yeah. Slightly out of tune whistling, which I'm doing on purpose, played with high piano. It's a very, practice it. All you piano players, practice it at home. It's great. No. Anyway, we got one more, I reckon. Oh, you've gone.
No, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
You're just fallen off your bench. I'm imagining you're on a bench.
I am on a bench, and just in front of the cottage, yes.
Where you're sitting is definitely a bench bar.
There we
you've gone again.
Can you see? We've got the seagulls in the background, I think.
Oh,
there we go.
Jealous. I wonder if everyone else got that weather. We certainly haven't. Oh, there is a tiny bit of blue at last in Manchester. Don't come back. I don't think we got great weather. You know, not don't come back because we don't want you. But are you still in Manchester?
Macclesfield.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Just out a bit, up towards the hills, the peaks.
Yeah. So, anything else? I was going to play another one.
Oh, please do. Keep going.
I didn't know what though, really. But I'll play one. I can always just. You know, I know what I'll play. It's not a massive ender, but it's a nice sort of, My Romance. We'll finish with My Romance. My Romance, and then there's some other lyrics. Anyway, I know I messed it up. Did you hear the Noel Coward one?
I'm a Gnu.
No, I did one after that.
Oh, the Mad Dogs and
Yeah.
I was going to put there was a line that you didn't include in it.
I forgot it. That's why I went.
Made up line, and I was going to put it in. I kind of looked up the lyrics, and it. I can't remember now. It was. Let's see if I can have a look.
I mean, I'm afraid there was a little section in Rangoon, the heat of noon. It's just what the natives shun, the local shun. This is where I've changed the patronised language. They put this lie down and lie down.
It was la. Papalaka.
Oh, yeah, no, I've left all that, you see. What it is.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, no, I tell you what it is. And it's kind of, and also I can't do it, my lips don't work. I think what it is to the arrogant English just sitting there thinking, because there's a bit where he goes, and Noel Coward's going there, and then you hear this pakalaka, and they go, that's the natives. Pay no notice. And he's sort of representing the arrogance of the English. So that's the sound as they hear it. Oh, that's the sound of the natives. Pay no mind. And he sort of does that. But I've left that out. Plus, it's quite difficult to sing. And I don't want to put people off because it is a brilliant song. It is attack on that British Empire and the sort of the British attitude. But these are sensitive times, rightly so. So I've missed a few bits out. That's why no pakalaka.
I shouldn't have mentioned it. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We can talk about it. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I just wanted to say before you finish, who's been listening? Would you like to know who's been watching you tonight?
No.
Oh, go on. They love
I'm
you.
not good at that. I feel no because I just think, I'll go on then.
Go on. So, Kirk says you've had a haircut.
And who?
Kirk says you've had a haircut.
I have had a haircut, yeah.
I think probably the accordion just got a bit tangled and caught up with it.
It doesn't just pulls. I panicked at the accordion, I'm afraid. But I'm going to keep working it. Anyway, go on.
Brilliant. Who else? Sarah Jane, Wilma, Rosie Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Charlie Ashby.
Charlie, bloody hell. Honestly, what are you doing, Charlie? What are you doing now? Where are you playing drums?
Still drumming, teaching. Paul Newton, Nicola, Claire Morel, of course.
Hello, Claire.
Partner in Crime. Mark Wilkinson. Yeah, there's lots of others. I can't see the names for all of them, unfortunately. There is a setup where you need to give permission for your name to be shown.
It's much better. I hate knowing what people. I'm too self-regarding. I just become too aware of myself. I think, oh, they're watching me. I don't mind on a gig, but also I've got my bass player and my drummer. But when you're around, there's people there. There's people like Kirk who just, he's just so. He could go on forever, couldn't he? And he's done it for so many years. He's so magnificent at it, and just like a play, just get in the zone. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you're a natural at this.
Yeah, I can talk. Anyway. Yeah.
Come on, get on.
Right, yeah, I'll play one more. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and listening. And, please don't tell me what you thought about it.
Right, I'm going.
Okay, thank you very much, Laura. Oh, and I'm sure you can still hear me. I will send you my address for the gin. Laura's sending me gin. So I'm going to finish with just a lovely little piece called, what was I going to do? My Romance. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Bye. See you soon, Kirk. See you soon, Claire. See you soon, whoever else it was. And what do I do? It says send. That can't be right. Leave. Bye.